Well, here we have a model kitchen. This is the eating area, and cups, plates, everything is handy. Now we enter the kitchen. That's how a kitchen should be. Everything is in order. There's space to work with, no distractions. Everything is visible, accessible. So, pots and pans, you don't have to look for lids, it's right all together. And here we have everything that we immediately need for cooking. Not too many distractions of spices. So if you want to use it close by, just move it. Right? Now you can use it. If you don't use it, just put it on the way, and now you have space to work with. So opposite of the fire, that's the water. The sink is always empty, clean, immediately you can use. And wash the vegetables, no dirty dishes, no stocking from cups, pans, everything. Use it right away. Now these vegetables have been washed and they're ready now for the cutting. So just move it around next to the cutting board. So the cutting board is in between the fire and the water. So now you have a flow. So you can work from here, organize, cutting. Cutting board is ready. And here, now this is really important. The bowls that fit into these are different sizes. And if you need a bowl for anything, for cuttings, you can use it right away. I'll show you later. On the cutting, in the bowls, and now you can cook. Everything's ready. Put your pots and pans here. Ready to serve. Ready to eat. So that's a good combination. And the kitchen is a temple. So we have an altar next to the stove. See, that consciousness also goes into your food. So we combine here body, mind, and spirit. And the body is food. The mind is the consciousness, and the spirit is the ceremony, the eating. I call this the sacred art of eating. Everything is visible, accessible, immediately for use. And you can make a complete meal for about an hour. The grain, vegetables, condiments. So in 1 hour and maybe 15 minutes, we can make a complete meal for 5 people, even to 10 people. Begin with, the longest to cook is rice. Okay? or a grain. So that's number one. And we use rice for the main meal. Washing first. Now we should have done it way before, because the rice, sometimes we soak it for 2 hours, up to 2 hours. But because it's a demonstration, we don't do it, but still it can be alright by just adding a little bit more water. So the amount of water is about, on top of the rice, about that much. Yeah, about 2 segments of the finger. Okay. We add a little bit salt. Only on top. Okay. Okay. So meanwhile, we can do the cutting of the vegetables. And here are the balls. It's very handy, right at the fingertips. So I begin with cutting, let's say, asparagus. I do 2 parts. This part, the upper part is expanding, called yin, and the lower part is yang, down. And the purpose of that is, every time when we create a polarity, we create energy. So adding the vegetables in a certain sequence is very important. Every time we create a polarity, it is the food or the vegetable plus. Because the polarity creates energy. And that's ready. Second bowl. You see, very handy. You don't have to look for bowls of different sizes, all hidden, right at your fingertips. Now this cooking demonstration is about organization and creative cooking. I don't have any idea what the recipe is going to be, and I'll show you why. So you need a cooking book. You don't need a cooking board, of course. Cooking book. Although handy, it gives you ideas, but creative cooking is much more powerful if you know the principle. So here we have kale. Also here is the polarity. You see here, the stem is more constrictive, more young. Cooked differently, takes a little longer because it's more tough. So I'll separate it. Okay. Now, to make it palatable but also easier to cook, make it very fine. and then make a diagonal cut, so that way we can benefit from the fiber. Right? It's good for the digestive system. Yeah. Okay, leaves, leafy part. Every time you cut, you clean it, you start all new. Daikon. Okay, you can eat it too, but it's fun sometimes. You know, put a little bowl and start growing. Yeah, you put it at the table. It's really creative. Yeah, fun. Okay, the daikon. What kind of cuts are we get? Okay, this is a young cut. So this is a yin cut. See? So I have yang cut, yin cut. Double polarization, double energy. Next. These are leeks. Also here you have two parts. Okay? Upper part, lower part. Separate. Got it. So instead of yang cut or the yin cut, I do it on diagonal. Right? That means yin yang, balance cut. And the second cut, like matchsticks. Okay. So a balance cut, you may say, is yin cut now. Brussels sprout. So next we have mushrooms. Okay. All right. Good. So you see, there's a lot of cuttings here, a lot of bowls. In the beginning, I had no idea what the recipe is going to be. So sometimes you have vegetables, whatever, and you say, okay, what can I do with it? Well, begin with cutting, put in bowls, and now you can make a plan. And this is the creative part of cooking. This is the fun part. Now you make a recipe that's completely new. Every time you have a new recipe, no combinations. So what can I do? Now, the Brussels sprouts, I think what I do is I have a recipe all by itself. This is more the yin part, vegetable, and this I combine together. This is one recipe. Okay. And my mind already can taste it because I have experience. This, maybe this part with the Brussels sprouts. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. the daikon, the mushroom together, and the stems of the kale. This can go together. Let's see. I think I keep the scallions together like this. Okay, together. This. And here we have 3 dishes. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this combination probably has never happened before. So every time we have a new combination, this is art. It's a feeling. So the feeling also goes into the food. It's not like a very bland, mechanical procedure. Like so many teaspoons, so many cups, so many minutes. No, okay? This is creative cooking. So we begin with, while the rice is cooking, it's not coming to a boil yet. But we begin with the Brussels sprouts. So this is the recipe number 1. And so we begin with Brussels sprouts. So you see, it's so handy. See, all the bowls are very standard, and you can move. You see, I needed space here, so now I can do this. You see, all the way up here. Right, okay, all the way up here. I shift it over here so we can have it on the camera and demonstrate. And now I can put it all back. And now what I need in cooking primarily is the salt, the oil, the tamari, and water. It's all handy. Now I lift this off. Now, ready. I can cook. See? I've selected the pots and pans that I think I need. Right? So from washing to cutting, selecting, cooking, serving. That's ecology. Right? And many people talk about organic, organic food, inorganic food, whatever. Organic doesn't mean the absence of chemicals. Organic means organization. Right? This is organic, part of organic. You may have all the organic food, but if your kitchen is not organized, then you cook it's not organic. This is organic. Okay? So I'll wait till it is hot enough. Also, all the utensils that are used for cooking, they're handy. Not too many different utensils, many you don't even use. So it's all handy. I take this, put it back. Space. Organization. That's organic. Okay. So everything is at your fingertips, handy. Okay. But all fits in. See? It's clean, it's just a bit of water. What you do is this, right? And put it back. Right? You don't have all that washing, spending time, confusion. So I want to brown this enough. But while this is going on, maybe I can do something else too. Okay, the rice is boiling. So I wait until water is about that much down. Then put a lid on, small flame. Okay, what can we do next? I think we can use this flame. Move the rice to this flame. And this flame. It's a bigger flame. Okay? For a bigger pot. So now it's organized. Use energy the right way. This is ecology, it's organization, organic. So these ingredients, the mushrooms, the leaves, daikon, and the stems of the kale, they go into this pot. Okay, here, this is the smallest flame here. And I want to use this for the simmering of the rice. It takes about 1 hour. So this is already coming down enough. Put the lid on and shift to the smaller flame. There we go. It's like orchestra. Consider yourself the creator, the director, and you decide at the moment. You see? That's what you want. That's about that brown. And now I need a lid. The scallions, the bigger part on top of that, see now you create the polarity, is the lower part of the scallion. And looks beautiful. Right? Now a little bit water to bring up the steam so it can cook thoroughly. Meanwhile, this pan is hot. This is rice bran oil. Sesame oil is also great. These are the best oils for cooking. Rice bran, or sesame. Okay? You can hold high temperature. It is good. So the first is the least of the leeks. Here we get a double polarity. First of all, we have the leaves for the leeks, which is going up, and the lower part is going down, so that's a polarity. But now, this part is always hot, and this is cold. So hot and cold also create a polarity. So by doing this sequence of adding it to the pot, you have double energy, which you don't get when you eat saute, when you eat raw. Okay? Many people today eat raw food. No idea what cooking is about. So now these pots and bowls can be used when they're ready. No fuss. And for the next operation. So this is the next in line. We have this first, this first, this first. Check the time, it's 12:30, maybe 1:30, everything is ready. So in half an hour, I think less than half an hour we spend to come to this point. And before the rice is done, we have 3 side dishes. Maybe more, maybe I'll make another condiment. Mushroom, see with oil, if you put a little bit of oil, you get a higher temperature. And why do you need that temperature of fire? Actually fire is introduced, you don't put fire to it, and many people believe like destroy food. No, you introduce the fire and then from the heat and through the pot. And the quality of the pots important. The different pots are ceramic, enamel, stainless steel, or steel. The fire is changed, it's transmitted. It's a different frequency of fire. And so it's very important that you have the good pots, because the fire when you introduce in the food is not fire, it's a frequency. So the thickness of the pot, the quality of the pot is very important, and that determines how the fire or the fire element, fire element, the frequency, is introduced in the food. And as such, that heat has a penetration, goes deep into the food, and it releases memory. For that reason you need fire to release the memory that the food contains. And the memory is memory to link. And you can go as far as all the way to the source. Okay, this I have the stamp of the scale. Finally, like that. Every layer creates a polarity, and that is energy. If you don't have and you don't do the cutting, nor the cooking, that's why humans, they know how to cook. Consequently, they have more energy for the so-called ascension process, so the mental and spiritual evolution. So you can change the horizontal into the vertical. The animals in the beginning are horizontal, but then gradually, as they are able to release more memory from the food, they can remember more and develop this brain. And so the reptilian brain is from the past is horizontal, right? And as we ascend, because of the fire element, because of the ability to release the memory from the food, they can do this. Okay? Okay. Now we can add some tamari. This is done, ready to serve. We can do it now on the tail. A little bit of water, maybe that much. But before I put the scale in here, I let it boil. And then explain why. Okay, now it's all ready, all clean, and Whoop. Voilà. Okay, no problem. Oh, sorry. That's it. You can hear it, you can see it. It's like the fire and water element, when they come together, it's tremendous energy and consciousness. And so many people don't know cooking because they think it's only fire, only for the taste. No, it's alchemy, it's alchemy. Okay. Now, this is hot, this is cold. See? It's completely different than when I put this in the beginning, where everything is cold. But now, this is hot, this is cold. So again, you get the polarity. That's energy. Energy. That's medicine. Right? Now, this carrot here, I cook it differently. So again, what I do is shift this morning, and now I work on the carrots. See, when we put everything together, it is like a no contest in taste. And now I cook it separately, the kale and the carrots, and when I put it together, and you put this food in your mouth, you can taste the difference. See, that is the also tasting difference in your mouth, even when the same food, that is also creating consciousness, discernment. If you put everything in a blender and cook, it's all the vitamins are there, everything is together, but it's not the same than when you consciously create polarities and manipulate by cutting, by taste, and so on. It's completely different. Okay, putting oil again, what I did. I wait until the daikon is soft. Before I put either salt or tamari or both. It's boiling now, and I reduce the flame. They don't need big flame. About simmer. The salt is very constricted compared with the vegetables. So again, you create a polarity. And salt also fix the vegetable. So once you come to the right consistency, color, taste, then you fix the salt. Something extra for the digestive process, also for the flavor. Right? It's like soy sauce, or shoyu, or tomato, you call it sometimes. The same. Water's almost gone, but it's okay. Maybe add a little bit water, just to be sure. Tablespoon. So, we still have half an hour. All the dishes are ready, almost. No? So I can make, if I want, I can make another 2 dishes. What I want to do is, we have almonds here, and we do something with it. So as soon as we have the flame, then we can make an walnut condiment. Tamari again, soy sauce, but also what it does is it breaks the oil, it cuts the oil. Okay, the kale is done. So now the flame and mix the carrot and the kale. Also it's beautiful. The combination of carrots and kale. Now you have two different tastes, huh? Not only because of the nature of the food, but also the preparation. So the preparation can have different taste. Okay. Just cook together for just a minute, so they can. It's like a couple, marriage, huh? Marriage. There we go. It's done. So we have a towel always next to the stove. Any spillings and clean right away. Maintain order all the time. That's organic. Organization. So grain, side dishes, a little bit over half an hour. We have 3 side dishes, and now we have enough time to do something else. Let's see. Seriously. These are donuts. Yeah, stop. So now it's getting more dark, you see. So I don't put the tamari in here because that's what I want to flavor with, otherwise the tamari will be burned. So I put this, it's handy, you see right away. Put in there, turn it off, and there's about a teaspoon of tamari and mix it with this. Take up the flavor. And this can be added to the meal. Nice and crunchy. Okay. What else? Oh, another half an hour. What can I do? Okay, let's take a break. 1 hour later. Voila! The rice is done. Oh, beautiful. And so, when we serve, first we set the rice. So we know the proportion, because this should be supposed to be about 50% or more. Okay. Then you serve from yang to yin. So we put the rice more on the side, so we have space on one side for the dishes. Oh, colorful. Okay. Mushroom. Well, voila. What?
Thank you.
Wow. Enjoy.
いただきます。